welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Joe Harris, who's partner and chair in the Labor and Employment Practice Group at A.Y. Strauss, LLC. So, Joe, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thanks for having me, Michael. It's great to be here.
Sure. So, Joe, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So, as you mentioned, I do employment law. And then within employment law, I only represent employers. So I don't do any individual employee representation. Half of my practice is focused on helping employers prevent employment problems, whether that's internal disputes or whether that's actual litigation. So that means reviewing their policies and procedures for compliance, working with them to help navigate perhaps some tricky internal situations, drafting agreements, anything that I can do to help mitigate the risk of there being a full-blown employment litigation or investigation by a government agency. And then the other half is, of course, sometimes these things are not preventable or they sneak up on people. And in those cases, defending the employer, whether that's in court, or in front of an administrative agency like the EEOC or the Department of Labor. And that is the entirety of the practice.
Okay, so now, Joe, you know that I'm a matrimonial and family law attorney. When would my clients most often require your services?
So if you're a matrimonial and family law attorney, I'm imagining your clients are therefore individuals. So I would say, for me, because I'm on the employer side, it would really be if one of your clients happens to be an employer, so unrelated to the reasons that they've come to you necessarily, maybe you're aware that they have a business, could be large or small. Even if you're a small business in New York City or New York State, you're subject to some sort of labor and employment regulation. Could be a large business, could even be that they have household help, whether that's for a parent or taking care of their kids or looking after the house. Even if you're employing one person who you don't even think of as an employee, you're subject to some form of labor and employment regulation, certainly in New York, with domestic help. So really, even if you're dealing with individuals, whether they are in the rest of their lives employers of what we would think of as conventional companies or just employers of single individuals, that would be where I might be able to help them.
So, Joe, what would be the best way for a prospective client or other professional like myself to contact you?
Probably email or phone is best. Email is the letter J, Harris, Harris, at AY Strauss.com, jharris@aystrauss.com, or feel free to call 646-374-3069.
Perfect. So, Joe Harris, we have now come to the most important part of our show, and that happens to be the question of the week. So, Joe Harris, this is your question of the week. If you could choose what the next crazy fake health trend was, what health trend would you create and why?
Crazy fake health trend. All right, I think I know what it would be. It would be they realize that actually eating fruits and vegetables and lean meats is not the answer to health. The answer to health is eating popcorn, potato chips, snacks, and that is actually what everyone should be doing, sitting on the couch eating snacks all day. So I would totally be on board with trailblazing that crazy fake new health trend.
I'll tell you, I would be the fittest person ever. And I must say, Joe Harris, you have said it all. You are helping employers prevent employment problems one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thanks for having me, Michael. It was a pleasure.